2 Corinthians 13:5 says, examine yourselves as to whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do not you know yourselves that Jesus Christ is in you, unless indeed you are disqualified. Paul, I love how he approached this. Paul essentially is saying to this church, he said, y'all have been examining me, but why don't you take a little bit of time to examine you? If you know much about the history of Paul and this church, Paul loved this church, but they really kind of were critical of Paul. They were looking at his life. And by the way, we understand how that goes, right? It's so easy to be critical of others that do things different than us, right? Because if it's different, it's probably wrong. Amen? Y'all just leaving me up by myself this morning, aren't you? Isn't that right? If you're different, you're probably wrong until you can prove to me that you're right. Because if you prove to me that you're right and you're different, that may mean I'm wrong, and I really don't want to hear about that. Amen. So Paul says, and I love these, Paul's just bold. Y'all have done a really good job at looking me over. You've examined my ministry. You've examined my life. You've examined my attitudes, my motives. How about you? When's the last time you examined you? So I want you to think back about that last time you judged them. Think about that last time you judged your boss or your employees or your coworkers or your classmates. Think about that last time that you were looking at them. I want to ask you a question this morning. When was the last time you looked at you as critical as you looked at them? That's what this does. Brings us to a place where Paul says that if you will judge yourself, you'll not be judged. Why would he do that? He's doing that because they were kings and queens at judging others. Well, you're too poor. You don't dress right. You smell. Take a bath. Get a job. We don't like how you think. We don't like how you talk. We don't like how you worship. You're a little too radical for us. Paul says, when was the last time you looked in the mirror?